Hey guys, welcome back to some more Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Let's go ahead and continue down our current line here with more 8 balls. Great.
Your favorite.
My favorite type of missions. It's not like I have enough of these.
Man, I really hope this one I don't see multiple balls. I mean, I already have a phobia of balls. I don't want to see 3 in a row.
And you also don't like pinball.
I mean, we had that earlier, technically. So, we're fine. We also had Breakout.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
No.
He said it one time and you made it seem like he says it all the time.
The context was not being there was the funniest thing about that quote.
I think that's why it's like such a big quote from you guys, like anytime you talk to me, because no one else even knows what that is. That's like, yeah, okay, now I'm confused, but I'm still gonna laugh. It's just been one of those weird quotes, like an inside joke that always has kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Funny, because that inside joke is just a joke at that point, because I really do like pinball. It'd be fun. Also, I grew up with Sonic, so I'm used to pinball. It's been in like almost every 3D game for years. And a lot of the 2Ds.
Well, I'm guessing you really like that pinball section in Sonic Frontiers that everybody despised.
Okay, the pinball section's fine in the game. It's just I do agree with a lot of people saying the point threshold was just insane. It took too long.
Yeah, it was.
I only lost 1 ball during that, so I didn't have any problems, but it just took forever to do.
It took me like maybe 15 minutes doing it. It wasn't that hard, but it just took me a little bit. I was like, God, this is really high scored.
Yeah, I think they already had a mod in the community come out to fix that. It's like, it's so high, people like downgrade it by a lot of points for that mod just because of the time's sake. Like, you can speed it up by getting all the red rings to up your multiplier, but even that still can take like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh boy, 3 balls.
Yeah, just when you thought you didn't have enough 8 balls, here's 3 of them. You don't need all 3 of these to beat the test. You really just need 1, but the more 8 balls you have for the ending section, the faster you can get through it.
He's just wanting to flex. That's all he's wanting to do.
I mean, the big flex here is if I can get behind the launcher with one of the bouncers still here. One of the... I don't even remember what these things are called. I like pinball, but I also don't remember pinball stuff much.
I don't even have to break everything.
Yeah, I mean, they even encourage it in the game where Pearl's saying, yeah, just go now. Don't worry about it.
Man, Splatoon music is so good.
Yeah. One of my favorite memes out there, and this is probably why I like the music so much, because I've also listened to some of the like Hatsune Miku music over the years, played a lot of the games. But one of my favorite memes is always like that get-together meme with the guys like holding hands, shaking it, where it's Hatsune Miku players, Splatoon players, not understanding the language, but they love the music.
Yeah.
It is the same energy. It's just basically like if you're listening to a different language song. That's all it is.
There's a meme. It's the same exact meme you just mentioned, but it's Splatoon players and Animal Crossing players really loving music that they can't understand the words to.
Yeah, same idea at that point. It's the same thing too, because it's all gibberish. There's no actual language.
It's just literally gibberish. But it's so good. That's the thing. Amber's both people in that spectrum.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even play Animal Crossing, but I like its music a lot too. Well, kind of. Like, it depends on the songs. There's some really good ones, and then there's some that just definitely sound like KK Slider, just makes noises. It's not actual music, he just making noises.
What was that one song we really like? Bubblegum
KK.
KK, yeah, we like that one a lot. One left, don't fall. I'm gonna jinx you.
Don't know if I can reach that from here, so I'm just gonna wait. You can't ink a glass surface, so there's no way of climbing the other wall. I'd rather rotate again. Sometimes during this test, you may be on a timer, but it is kind of better to take your time and just wait for the rotations. Since they happen like every 5 seconds.
And it's not like the timer isn't generous.
Yeah, they give you more than enough time to break all the boxes in that test.
Oh, we're gonna finish up C line today, aren't we?
Yeah. Really not much left for C.
What are you talking about? They all left C. You know, didn't you read the Sunken Scrolls?
Okay, not wrong. They all left C because we're gonna go to the D next.
That just sounds so wrong.
It's not wrong. We're going to D line. We're going to D line. Nothing else.
Uh-oh, you only get 1 life.
Yep, gotta dodge all the attacks for 30 seconds straight. 1 life. Cannot get hit a single time.
It's like that one mission in Splatoon 3 where you have to jump over the boombox waves.
Yeah, they did the same thing, but it was much earlier in that game's campaign.
Yeah, it was harder.
That was like first world, I believe.
Yeah, that level sucked too. I didn't like that one.
I think
like,
this one's harder, but that's just because you take any hit and you immediately die. That one, you can actually take a couple hits before you die. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
This one, they definitely bait you with greed.
Oops.
Dumb.
Yeah. I was like, did you just forget that there was a platform ending there?
So why do you guys let me record these games again? I really gotta know the answer. Because you know what you're getting into when you have this. Oh, yeah, I have like a quarter second left. Let's just be flashy, jump off the edge. All right, yeah, that works out great.
I didn't even think that was a trying to be flashy. I legit thought you were just you just forgot that the platform ended there because the way you had the camera.
Now that was more or less like a combination of flashy and actual strategy. Because when you have basically no time left, it can actually be safer to jump off the edges since you're not gonna have bullets over the edges if you stay near like the center platform. So sometimes that is the strategy. If you have like a quarter second left, the mission will end before you fall. I just timed that horribly.
So you just got cocky. That's all you did.
That too. I thought I had more time than I anticipated for whatever reason. With the gravity.
We let you record these because we think it's funny. That's why.
And then we look back, it's like, okay, this is a mistake. Matt, get out the Switch. Fix it.
Fix where I couldn't finish, please. One more level in C line. Shrinky Ink Station. Dink and Dunk. Whoever wrote that is mighty drunk. Uh-oh.
I mean, if we run out of ink, it's not that big of a deal if this game's over. There's plenty of other games in the background we can play on a yellowed Super Nintendo. How we say it how that looked?
Oh, is that? Yeah, I see the yellow Super Nintendo. They know. They know.
The Super Nintendo just flat out looks like it sweated itself too much. Like, that just looks like a sweat stain. I never liked how that looked for the system. It was always the plastic around the cartridge slot, too. It just looked weird.
Yeah, I love that they know. They just put a yellow Super Nintendo in the background.
Yeah. Now, I never had my Super Nintendo do that, but my GameCube's starting to do that with the controller ports. Like, the plastic there is a little yellowish now. But it doesn't look as bad on a GameCube, though, because the system's all black. So it doesn't stand out as much as, like, the Super Nintendo being, like, all white.
Luckily, my Super Nintendo is still gray, but, like, yeah, my GameCube, I think, is still gray at faceplate. But I really don't understand how that happens. Why the system? I think it's the oxidation on in the air.
Yeah, oxidation, air hitting the plastic. It kind of just discolors it over the years. But some plastics act different than others, so that's why sometimes people kind of win like the plastic lottery, let's say, with some of these systems, and they don't yellow, but others do.
Yeah.
Yay, C line's done.
Eight's an important number. You don't say with all the 8 references in this DLC. The release date was literally a reference because of 8.
Okay, Cuttlefish, I cannot talk to you anymore.
I don't even know what half of these raps are about. It's just nonsense.
Take your pill, Grandpa, and go to bed.
Yes. Grandpa, you're not even rapping anymore. You're confused.
I'm pooped. Rapping business is quite hard.
Yeah, exactly. Go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed, Grandpa.
And so last time we got Cuttlefish hat. What we get this time? His shirt? Alright, good. We're just one step away from just taking all of his clothes.
Please make sure you wash that first.
You don't know where Gramps has been.
You don't know where that's been.
He's been rapping too much. It might not be good.
You don't know how long it's been since he's washed that either. Splat, magic splat.
So out of all the levels, I think this is one of the most interesting ones we've played yet in Octo, and you're gonna kind of have an idea of what it is based on this loading time. It's the longest load we've had yet. But that's because this map is big. You may not think much of it yet, but watch it on the fly in and it might look familiar. I mean, even Sea Cucumber saying the same thing. I don't know if it's gonna be familiar to us, the Octoling, because we never been through this section.
Hey, is this the tutorial?
Yeah. This is the tutorial stage you play when you first boot up Splatoon 2. So this is why it's not very familiar at all for the Octoling, because you can't play as an Octoling in the tutorial stage outside of Octo expansion. So the first time our Octoling's seen this place, it's this mission. But we're going through it backwards. We actually start at the launch platform that takes you into Inkopolis Square. And the goal is the starting position of the stage. So because of this, we don't get to take that cool shortcut that skips a majority of the stage, because it's on the other side of the wall over in this section specifically. Too high up. Can't climb it.
You knew exactly where to throw that bomb to hit the Octarian, or Octoling.
Yeah, I wonder if I played the stage before.
I wonder if you played the stage before you played it. Like, it seemed awfully convenient. You knew exactly where the guy was gonna land.
Yeah. Also doesn't help these Octolings don't really fight much. They just kind of run around and then maybe shoot you if they feel like it.
I don't feel like it today.
I don't feel like it. Yeah, that Octarian is fighting you more than the Octolings.
It's so stupid.
No, I know what it is. They feel sorry for you because you had to listen to Cuttlefish rap the whole time.
They know better, yeah.
You're like, yeah, you've been there enough. Go on through, please.
I'm sorry, my mistake. Go on the salty spittoon. You don't deserve the Weenie Hut Juniors.
I don't think that one was really wanting to fight because they were actually actively retreating. So there's also that sometimes with the Octolings. They might just run and not fight.
Yeah.
This is why it's funny when you think about it, of how one of the most hated missions in this game is the Girl Power Station, because of just how much better the AI is there. And every other level, the Octoling AI is just dumb as bricks. But it's like, Girl Power Station, they actually try.
I mean, yeah, it's like the only stage that mattered for that enemy type, so I hope they make it a little bit challenging.
I mean, imagine if that was just standard AI where they just ran in a circle. Then that would be probably one of the easiest missions in the game. You probably don't even need to kill an enemy and you just win. So I guess now we're done with the tutorial stage. We can go to the town, alright? That's how it worked for the Inklings. Why doesn't it work for us?
Because he went in backwards.
Oh, that's right. So I guess that technically means we go to Splatoon 1 next?
Yeah.
Because we're just backtracking?
Go get your Wii U.
Oh, no. I don't know which one's worse at that point.
Yeah, that's why we're still back in the subway. We got that far. We can finally join the ranks of the multiplayer stages. Then we realize it's on the Wii U version. Like, oh, the support on this basically died years ago. I'm not just gonna go back and try for the real thing. And just get back on the subway train to get to the real Inkopolis Square.
I love how the name of this station is Goose Station. I literally read that as Goose Station. I was like, I didn't know Goose was in this game.
I've seen art of that, technically, where they just made Goose into an Inkling. I think it was around the time the first game came out, or maybe when the second one did. But there is art of it.
Subvert ZR, got it?
Oh, gosh.
Didn't get memo. Got head stuck in the ink rail.
Instructions unclear. Greed kills. Man, that's just been a trend. Really wasn't worth the extra couple points when I have 6,000 plus. Or 60,000 plus. Sorry. If it was 6,000 plus, I still wouldn't worry.
60,000 more. 10 times the amount you said. Instructions unclear. Got head stuck in the ink rail station. Ink rail.
This level could be really fun, though, if you just pop in and out of the ink rail and shoot. Just gotta be careful while doing it, because it's very easy to just overshoot and fall.
I thought you almost died for a second there.
I was about to say, you can do that, but you can't get on the platform.
To be fair, as the guy playing, I also thought I died.
Go get your onion rings.
Yeah, that was definitely. You just want onion rings, don't
I
you?
want onion rings. I'm sorry. I love onion rings.
I mean, they are tasty.
Nothing better than a good batch of onion rings that came right out of the oven.
I mean, technically, yes, the ones that came out prior.
Yeah.
The heart attack is waiting for me.
I meant fryer, not oven. I know where fried food comes from.
I mean, you could put onion rings in a stove, technically, in an oven. It's just, they don't taste the same.
I guess. Like I used to work at Arby's. I should know how this works.
That's why he likes memes so much, if you ever wondered. They trained him before he left.
Yeah.
We have the memes.
Trained him in the way of the memes.
Arby's, we have the memes.
I'm still waiting for my refund on that one.
I'm still waiting for my Shovel Knight DLC you promised me. Come on, Arby's, man. Give me my Arby's DLC.
Hey, that happened after I quit.
It's technical, yeah. That was still one of the most random DLC partnerships we've seen in years.
Yeah, it was.
An indie game partnering with a major fast food chain just for this, like, cosmetic change in the game. All right. Sure. At least it was free, but it was still random.
Have you guys ever considered this? Arby's. RBS. Roast beef sandwiches. Get your tinfoil hats out, buddy.
The controversy's starting now.
Arby's is named after the acronym RBS, which means roast beef sandwiches.
Can we kick him out of the league, please?
Get his pension.
Get my pension.
As the one who runs the show, I think I deserve it the most, technically.
I don't know about that one. You can't even jump on a straight platform, so.
Who are you gonna call? Not that one. To be fair, as a guy who uses motion control, that mission becomes a lot more doable. That's a hard mission, no matter how you play, technically. It's all timing based. You don't have much time to react. If you're playing with, like, low sensitivity sticks, Godspeed. That's a stupidly hard mission with slow sensitivity speeds. Speaking of timing, Here's another one, except this one's not as... You gotta be super fast with your flicking motion attacks. No, you just gotta keep up with the boxes on the rails. But honestly, this is more routing than anything else.
Oh, this one doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, until you pick something like the bucket. Then this sucks. Slasher is really hard for this one, in my opinion. If you get a good shot with your bomb, you could technically land it on top of the big orange crate. I just find it easier to shoot it. The bomb can destroy this thing in one go, but man, the accuracy for that is a little strict.
Yeah, trying to chuck a bomb at a target is like trying to throw a dart at the bullseye sometimes.
Except when the dart hits the bullseye, it slides off because it's made of butter. That's essentially what happens with the bombs. You can get it right on top of that crate, but it can still slide right off.
Yeah.
So the problem more or less is actually not hitting it with the bomb, is making the bomb stay on top. Just the momentum that can screw you. Speaking of momentum screwing you, welcome to the 8-ball mission that is just billiards. This one is kind of tricky.
You gotta play pool.
Yeah. But pool with limited ink. So imagine you playing pool, but every time you hit the ball, your stick breaks in half. And you just keep on doing this until it's a pencil.
And then after that, it's just like, I don't have any more.
I mean, I could punch the ball, but... Nah, I'll come back with another stick. That's essentially this mission. So, you gotta be super careful with your ink. There is one ink refill, so you have to make it count. But, one wrong move like I just did, it's very easy to waste ink with these chargers. It's funny, they actually recommend the E-liter scope as the easy weapon, but I actually think that's harder to use in this compared to the standard E-liter. It's just something about how you aim with the scope towards these balls, it just makes it a little bit harder for me, for whatever reason. Also, when I play chargers, I don't really like scope, so it's probably also that personal preference thing. If you also don't grab the ink immediately when you're out of your pack, you will die. You only have a very small amount of time before Sea Cucumber says, wait, you're out of ink. I'm going to kill you now. So that was risky, but you do have like, I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds before you die when you run out of ink. Just enough to grab the ink pack.
You kind of really lucked out there.
Yeah. Didn't really when I tried to record this with the chargers, but here I am with this one, first trying it. Man, if only it's like that every time. Physics, man. Physics are the biggest problem with that one. Because sometimes things work great. Sometimes the balls just stick to a wall. It sucks. I also hope you like chargers, because the rest of D-Line is just nothing but chargers.
Man, it's Marie's favorite station, then.
Yeah, exactly. Charger main coming out.
I thought you was going to say like some kind of sports team for a second there.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
The Inkopolis Square Chargers coming out. And it's just a football team. It's not what you think it is.
Wait, football as in football, or the other football?
No, it's just clam blitz. We're just throwing the clams. I got my football right here. That's right. It's worth 10.
I know this is a random topic, but do you think there's any adult octolings and inklings in this world?
Probably not.
I'm glad you kind of said it in that specific way, because, yeah, Amber, you might have thought the same ideas. Like, is there any adult inkling Octarian? Like, oh, no, please don't tell me adult material.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Because that exists on Rule 34. That's what we call it.
That's not what I was talking about, but, you know, it's just like...
Like adult squids and stuff?
Octolings and inklings.
I mean, I think all the shopkeeps are technically supposed to be more adults than teenagers. It's just they don't reconfirm ages.
Cuttlefish isn't an inkling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's the adult here, and he's, like, the oldest inkling in the series.
Are they all kids? Good kids?
I mean, the hosts and obviously the players, they're all like teenagers, yeah.
I just thought about it. I just like was thinking about it. I was like, there's no like actual like adult characters in this game besides like, you know, a couple.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with Splatoon. It's mainly just kids. Because, I mean, that's how they always advertise a lot of, like, the Splatoon lores. It's like a lot of kids just playing around with things like the turf war and fashion.
Yeah.
So it's always just kind of been that for, like, the major population. And usually the adults are either the shopkeepers or just people that reference in Sunken Scrolls, like Cuttlefish and DG Octavio. Because they've been around for so long.
So, they basically answer your question, yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
And the answer to your other question, it's probably on DeviantArt.
That's not what I was asking. I'd rather not get this video age restricted with my question. Thank you very much.
Too late, you already went there.
Yeah, once you go adult, you never go back. That's also called aging.
Of course, it'd be like a YouTube be like, oh, age restriction was mentioned in the video. Oh, we must age restrict it then.
It's definitely not made for kids.